Chuta Chimezie from Nigeria. So he's going to be talking about building the infrastructure of financial self-sovereignty for Africa.
Okay, so I just want to freely talk about the importance of Africans to build the infrastructure for financial self-sovereignty across Africa, because we are faced with a huge opportunity once again, and technology has given us an opportunity to rebuild our systems, to rebuild our structures, and empower our people. And we don't need to mess up with this opportunity. We don't need to mess up with this opportunity at all. And when you look at how the countries in the West, in US, America, in UK, in Australia, how they have embraced blockchain technology, especially digital financial asset technology, you understand that once again, we are missing out again on the huge opportunity that this technology has offered us. Now, many of us understand that Africa is doing very well when it comes to speculating crypto assets. Nigeria, for instance, has been exceptionally performing well when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And that is very, 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 very well welcome, and it's a good news. But one of the things that we need to do is we don't need to stop at being speculators. We don't need to stop at being traders of these financial assets. How well are we building our own infrastructure of financial self-sovereignty? And by that, I mean, are we participating fundamentally in the infrastructure of decentralized finance the way we are supposed to participate in them? Are we helping our loved ones to build out opportunities that can help transfer wealth from one generation to the other? I found something very interesting when I was working on a project, a hack project, primarily initiating the Bitcoin node, Lightning Network node that I was able to set up from Nigeria here. Because when you go to most of the networks, the blockchain networks that are building out financial infrastructure today, you find out that Africa is lagging completely behind. You look at the node distribution network, you find out that none or very few are found in Africa. And that's not so good. That's not so good because, when you are a node operator or a validator or an endorser, you are a stakeholder. I mean, a real stakeholder. I'm not talking about staking your coin in some platform and all that. I mean, running physical node infrastructure. It's extremely important that we begin to look at that as Africans, because from what I have found out, the network distribution for Bitcoin completely shows the poor distribution of the Bitcoin infrastructure. Yes, we may not have been able to participate as miners, but then when you operate a Lightning node, for instance, you are able to create an opportunity for yourself and for the people around you. Because Africa's financial system has not been as stable as one would expect it to be. And it's not unusual for us to begin to think of an alternative financial infrastructure that can provide a proper storage of our financial energy. So I did that the Lightning Network node. I did it in 2019, 2020. And after that, I have gone into building out other nodes. I've built a Tezos node. I've built a Polkadot node. I'm working on a Cardano node. Now, some of these nodes help you to establish what I call money seeds, money trees. You build money trees around you. If you check the node operators of most of these blockchain networks, you're going to find out that it's still dominated by the the big players from the West. And I strongly believe that as Africans, we should begin to focus on building that infrastructure of financial self-sovereignty. Begin to participate actively in running nodes, distribution networks, participate actively in building infrastructure that will help our families and our loved ones as they begin to go forward. So at this point, I want to share. I want to share a screen. Just 1 minute. Uh, And at times when much stress also help us to give us some tools to be able to do our jobs. I'm going to share screen and okay, where do I see screen share? Okay, so can we take a look at my screen? These Bitcoin treasuries, these are corporations, and we know by their names where these companies are located. You have MicroStrategy, currently highly invested in Bitcoin, up to 91,326 BTC. You have Tesla, you have Galaxy Digital, you have Square. Now you have many of these companies, mostly located in the US. Many of these companies are located in the US, and you can see how much they are invested in Bitcoin. Now, investing in Bitcoin has become something that, as a government, African governments should begin to look into it. A couple of years ago, in Nigeria, when the government of Nigeria was recovering some looted funds from politicians, some of us has suggested, as far back as 2016, 2017, that some of these recovered funds should actually be used by the government to buy Bitcoin. As at that time, and Bitcoin was less than $3,000 as at that time. You can imagine if African governments invested in Bitcoin as early as 2015 or 2016, you could imagine where we would have been today. We would have been lending out money to different African countries. But the monies that were recovered were completely relooted, sadly. And unfortunately, there's nothing that we have to show for it. So I strongly believe that, building the infrastructure of financial self-sovereignty, including investing into strong instruments like Bitcoin, is a go area for us across Africa. Finally, I want to say that, okay, many of the reasons why we have not been able to participate, a lot will argue, is because we don't have the electricity that is required. But we have abundant supply of sunlight. And that abundant supply of sunlight is a huge advantage. It's a huge, huge advantage. And as long as there is the sky and we can see the sun, then we can run and operate financial instruments that can help build the infrastructure of self-sovereignty across Africa. So I want to believe that this short presentation will have been able to show us or give us an insight of where my thoughts are going for us in Africa. If there are any questions, I would like to take them from here.
Chuta, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts and in terms of where Africa should be. I've been following your work and not only your work ethics but also your passion for what you do. I remember when you successfully managed to build that first node using solar panels and all that kind of stuff. At first when I met you, man, you didn't strike me as an IT guru, or maybe I didn't know something about it, man. Like what really did I miss? And or does it, for every single one of us, really, in the world of blockchain technology and Bitcoin, do we all, I mean, I'm a software engineer, but I mean, for a lot of other people, do they all become like turn into these tech gurus? And can you tell me a little bit more about that? And I have a question here. Somebody says, what can an individual from Africa do to help with building the infrastructure in Africa? But I mean, once again, that stems from your own experience. I've seen that, and I can see now. I'm hearing that you're building nodes in Cardano and you're doing it on Polkadot. I mean, kudos for doing that, my friend. And but please tell the audience exactly about your journey.
Okay. Fortunately, I have been in tech for pretty a long time, 15 years or thereabout. And my background is actually software development. And I build out a lot of web applications, with the traditional tools of PHP and MySQL. Okay, so right. Those are my background. But I have always been excited about technology so much that innovative techs excite me a lot, and I have this patent to identify technologies that will make impact at a very early stage. And that has been guiding me and helping me so much when I discovered blockchain technology. And I found that traditional tech people are not typically drawn to blockchain technology like you would expect, because many of them are already doing stuff with their technologies that they're already conversant with. I mean, if you're building stuff with Java, you're doing back-end stuff. I mean, if you're busy, you really will have time to dive into some other field. But for someone like me who is, there are a lot of people like me that, we like to explore new ideas, we like to explore new opportunities. It comes natural for me to identify blockchain tech as an opportunity for us. Now, building the nodes is basically the knowledge that you require is not much more than the knowledge that a typical Linux administrator would typically have. And if you're not too conversant with any other of the techs, there are a lot of guides that can help you to easily do that. I did a fantastic review on the processes of setting up a node, and also did a review on the process of setting up a Tezos node. They're all on my Medium article handle, so anybody can follow them and get them.
Guys, thank you very much for this live. Chuta, much love and respect all the time. You're doing an amazing job in West Africa, and I appreciate you, man. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you so much, John. God bless.